Right, continue the movement.
Well, Sergeant, you seem to be taking a well-earned rest. Tell me, what's the reason behind these mine-sweeping patrols? Why do you need them?
Well, these roads, especially this body, is used extensively by Army vehicles to go convoys to outlying positions. We've had a lot of vehicles go up here, a lot of mines we've found here.
What's the structure of the patrol, the one that we've just seen?
Well, this one is 7. It varies. The size of the patrol varies according to the distance we have to go, you see, and whether or not we think we might find a lot of mines. This one we have 2 men in front with the mine prodders. They're the men who are most likely to find the mines. They do a visual check and they prod. About 5 paces behind those, again, we have men with detectors. Now their job is, if a man with a prodder thinks he's found a mine, the detector men come forward and they search the ground with the detectors, you see. And from the tone of the detector, we can determine generally whether or not it is a mine at any depth. If by some chance the prodders miss a mine, and the detector men would, of course, pick it up. And there again, once it's picked up, we stop. Our escort man, who is our 5th member of our party, with the GPMG, he goes out, take up a kind of defensive position, and I pick up the mine, disarm the mine, and off we go again. Our wireless man, who is our 6th member, in the event of us finding a mine, he would radio straight back to battalion headquarters that we have found a mine, and if by any chance the road was clear, we didn't find any mines, when we reached the other end of our run, as it were, I radio back to battalion headquarters that the road is clear and that military vehicles can go up and down the road in safety.
How good are these sound detectors? Do they pick up many sort of rusty beer cans and nails?
These detectors, out here we have a lot of mineral in the ground, and with this detector it is difficult sometimes to pick up a mine, but with practice, and most of these people here now have been here, 7-8 months, and done these runs daily, they can differentiate between the noise and generally pick up a mine.
Thank you very much. Corporal, you're in the rather unfortunate position of being the man in the front with the prodder. What does it feel like walking slowly with a prodder, maybe walking on a mine at any time?
Well, the first time I was a bit frightened of it, because I thought it might go up my face. But I realise now that it takes quite a lot of weight to set off a mine, not the actual prodding. So if I find one with the prodder, I leave it to the sergeant to see to it.
But in fact, the prodder must be a few sort of inches or feet ahead of you all the time.
Well, feet, yes, 1 or 2 feet.
Can you detect a mine visually, just with your eyes?
Well, it is possible to see where sometimes they place the mine if they haven't concealed it properly. Like maybe under a sheet of cardboard, a large flat tin, or a mound of loose earth.
And in that case, you wouldn't use the prodder at all. You'd probably call for the sound detector.
No, I'd use a prodder. If I saw a mound of loose earth, I'd go straight to it and use a prodder because that'd be the most likely place. And if I was suspicious there was a mine there, I'd call for the sergeant and the mine detectors.
Have you in fact dug up any mines yet?
No, I haven't found any myself, no.
Right, here's the sort of thing that the patrol was looking for. This particular mine happens to be a 1951 Mark 7 British mine. It's got some obscene Arab writing on the top of it. It's still live and it contains about 12 pounds of explosive, and that's enough to do a great deal of damage.